Howdy, welcome back to Oxygen Not Included, Panopticon, part number 8. Got a haircut because it's really hot here and my hair was way too long. So, let's continue with what we're doing. So, when last we left off, we were trying to build up this washroom area to convert it from a latrine, I think is what they call it, to an actual washroom. Yes. We need to get all that piping built before we put in the toilets, because the toilets will be non-functional with the piping. Now, we also had to, nice, that's done. We need a place to put the polluted water. So that is going to be down there, or in this general vicinity. So we're going to want to pump this other water out of here. Let's just put that, say, there. And we're going to want this ladder to come all the way down. And we're going to need a wire. And we're going to need a pipe. Now, guess. It's kind of a bad idea as is. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're actually... So let me explain the bad idea. The bad idea is having these two pipes linked in together, because these pipes can take 10 kilograms of water, and each of these pumps will pump in 10 kilograms of water, which means if both of these are pumping into that same spot, it's going to go dunk, 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 dunk. So both of them are going to slow down, when really I want full pumping happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel these, and this one for now it's just going to pump into there. Or it would if that was the in pipe. Why did you move that, Brian? Okay, so we're going to cancel that. We're going to bring this across. There we go. That makes much more sense. So now this guy's just going to fill up. And of course we need to put some tiles underneath or it can't be built. And then once this is done, we can just connect it up. And this doesn't need a pipe. So I mentioned before in the previous video, it's best to think of these as suction. These greens don't push, these whites pull. Okay? Because this is clearly not a pump, it's just a container. It doesn't require any electricity. But once I hook it up to this pipe, if there's nothing else in here, the water will flow from this green to this white. No power needed. Sure, let's take the hatchling eggs, why not? Oh, I see what you're doing. There we go. I'm going to need more of these. Did I make a blueprint of that? I did not. So the downside of the blueprints is you can't flip them. I'm going to create a blueprint of this ranch. Keep on the ranch, the game called them stable, so let's use the same nomenclature. And that's fine. Now that said, I want a grooming station close to where people come in. And likewise with Sweepy's dock. Do I want a Sweepy's dock in here? I do. We should have cancelled the wires. There we go. Or not copied the wires, but no matter. Now, part of the reason for this is, if we look at these hatchlings, we can see they're hatches. We can see they're already cramped, which means their metabolism, the reproduction rate is down 100%. Right? And the mood is glum, which also reduces the metabolism. Now, as I understand it, metabolism is essentially eating and pooping, right? Whereas reproduction is producing babies. Once this gets cramped, they're not going to produce any more eggs, so these guys are just going to age up and die, and hopefully you're going to get an egg in time. So I think it's usually best to have 2 or 3 or 4, just because there's a capacity, a limit to how many you can have. 9. What do you think the capacity is? I can never figure out the capacity of these things. Where's 9? Like, there are 9. I think for this size, it's about 8 or 9 is kind of their limit. And once you get to that, it doesn't matter how many eggs you put in there, they're just not going to produce anymore. So whatever rate the conversion is, at 8 critters, it's only going to happen 8 times forever. It's not ever going to increase beyond that with just one single stable. So if you've got 2 stables, okay, that bumps up to 16, or 3 bumps up to 24. Right? It's pretty straightforward math. Okay, I've got this thing here. So for the case of hatches, the risk of stating the obvious: more stables equals more coal. And one stable will not support a power station, like a full-size power station. Absolutely won't. 2 won't either. 3 maybe, probably not. And bearing in mind that as you're doing that, you're also losing resources, right? Boop, boop, boop. Let's get this guy back involved. Yeah, let's do it this way. Does that seem sensible? I don't think this wire can handle it. Probably not. Definitely not. So we're going to have to split off that wire again. We're going to need to make yet another circuit. Which I don't want to do. But here we are. Everybody get digging. We're looking for oxygen. We're pretty poor down here. Okay. And why is this mesh tile not being done? You guys. Oh, I see. No, I made a silly choice. Yeah, no, that was silly. There was only one open spot there. Don't know if that noise got picked up on the microphone. Hopefully not. Don't know what it was. Okay, yeah, let's get some better construction. Oh, that's everybody, okay. I'm also short 2 beds. I just took that spot out for power. You know, this is more important. I don't know why these guys are being ignored, but I don't like it. Because your whole purpose, guys, is to make sure we don't die of oxygen deprivation. Because we have way too much CO2. Yeah, no, it's got lots of water. It needed. There we go. There's the algae it needed. Now they're going to start consuming the CO2. Admittedly, it's at an incredibly low rate. Carbon scrubbers, far more effective. And we will get into carbon scrubbers as soon as I've got somewhere to put dirty water. What is everybody even doing? Like, other than sleeping? The jerks. Generating power. I guess I can let the power generation slide. Let's get the eggs up here before they hatch, and then we have to go wrangle them. So, while these guys tinker, oh, there we go, that'll free up one more guy at least. While these little loops tinker around with stuff, so what we can see here is we've hit this bottleneck where we're not getting things done because our power requirements are too high. So a lot of our dupes are getting sucked into spending time running these manual generators, right? Which means they can't do anything else. And there's 2 more getting used up there. I'm sure another guy will come running over. There we go. Yep. So you can start to see, and like, we are generating power, which is fine, but they're gonna get tired and or run out of oxygen before these things are full. But what we can see is that we're just not producing power at a rate where we can get other stuff done. So at this point, we need to switch over to an automated form of power generation. I'm going to bring you in, I think, just because I want another buddy. Oh, 3K for no, this guy. Okay. What's your name? Ran. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. I'll leave you with that. Okay, so Ran. We're going to move on to the night shift. And then let's click on you, get your bio, schedule, not schedule priorities. Alright, you're into farming, operating, and doctoring. Well, doctoring's already maxed. I didn't do a thing with Liam. Alright, well, farming and operating. There, and there. Let's click on Liam. And operating, rocketry, and cooking. Well, there's cooking, and there's operating as well. Okay. So we need a power plant. No ifs, ands, or buts. I like this spot for the power plant. Why? Why do I like that spot for the power plant? It's away from my water, so it's not going to heat up my water directly. It's off to one side. Actually, I think this is a better spot because it also requires less digging. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Buddy. I don't know how you ended up out there. Okay. I'm already kind of have, well, you're putting your heat generating spot in a spot that already generates a lot of heat. That's already at 40 degrees. I think it's a terrible spot for a power plant. Yeah, maybe down here is better. No, but that's where I need your water. Okay, here's what I'm building it. I'm building it where I said first. Now, this is where I'm going to want to maximize efficiency. So I'm going to want it to be long. I do not want floors. So, oh, we need refined metal for that sugar. Huh. Okay, well that's fine. We can just skip that for the time being. That guy is like 2x4. It's going to be a coal generator. So there's our first 1, 2. That's where that's going to go. Yeah. Seven. I think we can have 8, maybe. I'm going to pick up some chlorine. C'est la vie. Who's of? Oh no, you've boxed yourself in, you absolute jackass. That should get them out. It did. Alright. So, when a dupe starts to suffocate, not if, when a dupe starts to suffocate, you need to figure out what is the minimum, the absolute bare minimum metalwork needed to keep them alive, to get them to back out of whatever spot they've dug themselves into. So it's important to remember they can jump 2 spots. Like if it's too high, they can jump that. Right? If I had tried to build up this whole ladder or a whole bunch of this floor, they'd have died. Right? So you just pick your 2 spots, 2 or 3 spots, and you put them on your highest priority, and off you go. And hopefully, you save the dupe. Okay. I would love to have my fan on right now, but it is too noisy. There's too much background noise. We might as well dig all that out. Now the reason I don't have the refined metal to build that is because it dropped down here when I disassembled this guy, so it's like, yeah, there it is, copper. Why is that pipe ignored? That just bothers me when they skip a piece. Somebody fix that. Grr. Yeah, we have 3 people without beds right now. There we go. And now everyone has a place to sleep, even if they're not getting a morale boost out of it. And we'll find out soon if they snore or need light or whatever other nonsense. I don't think they do. Yeah, we can stick some airflow tiles in here actually. And there's no oxygen in there. You're probably you're gonna get some sleep. So if we check out, so here's a problem with no air. So the stamina is going up, but now it's gonna get interrupted because I need to run off, get some oxygen. And bedtime is over. So this is when you need oxygen in the bedrooms. I thought I had more people without a bed than that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. I have 14 people. I guess it hasn't hit their bedtime yet. Right. The beds weren't built in time. But their bedtime should be coming up presently. See the way carbon has already been shrunk down? Now, is that from compression from the extra oxygen, or is it from being consumed? It's probably a bit of both, but it's mostly probably from just the compression of extra oxygen. Which itself is a win, because we do need that extra oxygen. Sure, let's sleep where the oxygen does not collect. Alright, you're assigned to Devon. Devon, buddy, pal, you're gonna go up here. And that was Ren, you're gonna go up here. The reason I want them up high is because in an oxygen-poor environment, all the oxygen is gonna go to the top. So I want them to be sleeping in oxygen as much as possible. Just so they get as much sleep as possible. Did I not give Red a hat? I did not give Red a hat. That was just silly. Doesn't even matter if the hat is important, if the hat represents where they're going. They need to have a hat. It's the rules. Yeah, let's give you that. Is there anything to research? There's only like 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 things left to research. Let's just get them done. Excuse me, 400 kilos of free copper? Yes, please. Alright, so that means I can build that station I wanted. Control station. Now it's going to go there. Now, all of this space right now is too big. And you know what? I should be more efficient. So yeah, we're going to have to build a little step up. I don't think that should be an issue. And that's how that's going to go. Power. Coal. 4, 5, 6, 7. So our maximum size for a power station is 96 power plant. 96. And these are taking up 9 each. Right? So 9 by 9 is 81. Plus the 8 squares that is 89. So that's what you're going to get. So I can fit 2 more of these actually. 3, 6, yeah, I can fit 2 more. Except I can't build it there because there's a plant in the way, but I can build it there. And that just tells me how far I'm going. Why am I building that when there's perfectly serviceable rock? Because I just feel better about it. There's no good reason for that. Put you here. Look at all this coal that's just sitting here ready to be taken. The other benefit is we kind of want to backdoor to this because we want to keep our coal nearby, and right now our coal is not nearby. Like our coal is going to be all the way up here. The nearest spot I can really put the coal is there, which is terrible. So I'm going to want to put the coal here. mean, they'll get to it. As they've been getting to everything else. That's some sort of an electric something. I don't know what. Alright, well, while we're waiting for this stuff to get figured out, why don't we go plot our power cables? And one of these walls is going to have to go away because we're going to make a... Because these power cables can't go through walls. They have to have a special adapter, special wall tile. This guy here, the heavy watt joint plate. Right, so that's going to replace a wall. I don't know where to put it yet. No research selected. Excellent. So everyone's going to go back to work. You know what? We're done with those two for now. We have lots of food. We have 106, 105 kilocalories. None of it going off anytime soon. And if something falls out of the sky that we can cook, great, we'll cook it. But for now, let's not worry about food. I would like these extra bodies to go do some work. That was more micromanaging than that was strictly needed, frankly. Is that a sticker? That is not a sticker. The towel. Oh. I kind of want to make that run now just to see what they do with the towel. Okay. That bedroom is done. Done. Excellent. How's the oxygen in there? Top floor's okay. Power still. How are we doing for oxygen? Hey, you guys are gonna get like a full night's rest. Almost. Well, looks like you did get a full night's rest. That one, 100%. Nice. Okay, now we're in the danger zone. The danger zone is when these things get built and these dupes get trapped. Or worse, a block gets built around their head. Which is the most ridiculous thing. It's awful. It's so bad. Like, I'm just going to construct this. Oh, your head was there. Well, we needed a floor tile there. Thunk. Oh, boy. And everyone's going to be full of chlorine while it slowly escapes out the doors while we use it. Dude? Okay. Whew. Jumped out. Yeah, so So long as there's a space for your dupe to go, if something bad happens to them, so let's say this space here, right, where my cursor is. So let's say your dupe was standing right on it, right as that's about to be filled in. So long as there's a spot they can move immediately left or right, they will basically teleport to that spot out of danger, right? Every time. The problem is when there isn't somewhere for them to go, then they get their head tiled in, or they end up falling. Falling's not a big deal, but like if you deconstruct the ladder, they're gonna fall. They're just gonna wail as they scream as they fall through the air. You know, that's not a bad thing. It doesn't cause any damage, doesn't hurt them. But basically, provided there is someplace for them to go, they will go there. So then you have to think about sometimes like when you start to deconstruct stuff, if they start going into an area that has no oxygen, I mean, they're just getting themselves out of immediate danger. They have no long-term thoughts about the safety or danger of the direction in which they're going. They just don't. Okay. Okay, we can go all the way up. Excellent. So, something we want to be wary of here is, as these get built, they're going to immediately put coal on them, they're immediately going to start producing, but that power is not going anywhere. So, if you don't have batteries already connected and ready to go, like I don't, you will want to babysit these, and as they turn on, as they get built, you're gonna want to disable the building. It's a bit of a pain in the butt, but that is what you're gonna need to do. Now, what I'm doing here is I have kind of sort of realized this is where I'm going to put my batteries. Oh, see, I wasn't babysitting. So now we're just wasting coal. It would be nice if you could say build in a deactivated state. That's not an option. These are going to produce CO2, so we should probably put in a couple of vents in the floor, just so the CO2 is getting dumped down rather than out into our bedroom. And see, like, they can fit through that space just fine, because there's enough vertical space from the stand here, there's enough vertical space from the stand there, so they just like boop. Not quite teleporting with that. You can see them kind of ducking as they go from the low spot to the high spot. They don't really do it from the high spot to the low spot though, I don't think. Let's see if we can see one go. Okay, here's one. So let's see what they do here. Door opens. Yeah, because the climb up animation has them kind of ducking down already. What happens here? And they just walk through the wall. That's fine. Gets the job done. Document farming, suit wearing. I don't care about any of those. I am up to my ass and all of that. I don't want any of you. Goodbye. Alright, skills. Let's get you on construction. Right, we're moving you towards mechatronics. Down here. Getting all the research maxed out. Excellent. I think there was one more piece of research left to do. Are you not disabled? Oh, you are. Yes, Brian, the big circle with the line through it means it's disabled. Good job. Yeah, we need Yogi. But we don't need the hydrogen. At least not just loose and floating around. Yeah, our toilets are basically done. Oh, you got that built. Good job. And that's full now. This is basically empty. Excellent. So we're still getting a full 10 kilo at a time? We are. You don't know how much water you have access to, but it's running low. That should do that real quick. Buddy, there's water right there. Oh, you've just decided you can't reach it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Still no. Oh, because I think it wants to be fully immersed. You're not just going to give me that one spot, are you? Oh, no, there we go. You are. Excellent. Ah, you got me again. So, you could just build some batteries here for these guys to pump into, right? The downside is that when those batteries fill up, these are not going to stop. So what I like to do is I like to build one singular smart battery to hook these up to, and then a chain of other batteries. Now the downside is with the other jumbo batteries, they're only going to be used at 50% capacity because the smart battery has half the capacity of the jumbos. Jumbos are 40, smart is 20. So when that smart hits 20, it's going to tell these to stop, which means all of the batteries are only going to be at about 20. C'est la vie. Right? Do you want coal to be overconsumed, or do you want your batteries just not to be fully filled? There's no real cost to the batteries not being fully filled. So that's what we're going to do. Right after I disable this sucker. Alright. So, smart battery. I think I'm just going to put it there. And then we'll have a bunch of regular batteries. Now the problem with these is heat generation, so I want to give them a little bit of a gap. Oh, you're up as well. Automation wire. So you're going to eat my remaining copper. No, we may get away with this. We may get the whole thing done. We did. Nice. I think that was going to work. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It actually would be better to put you down there. Would be better resource-wise. Are we out? I thought we had enough. We do have enough. Alright, so now we need power is there. We need our heavy watt joint plate. Our heavy watt joint plate, we're just gonna slap it right there. Since I have more iron than copper, I'm gonna switch over to iron for this. And there we go. And that's our power plant basically built. Now, you could run just power cable from there everywhere you need it. What have we got here? Automation award, I guess. Yeah, automation. And I mean, it'd work. But then your circuits aren't independent. You've made one giant circuit, which means, you know, if there's if a dupe has a temper tantrum and breaks a wire, you know, you lose half your colony, right? So what you really want to do is you want your colony divided up into multiple circuits, and to do you do it with power transformers. Insert robots in disguise joke. So these have enough juice for 1,000. So what will happen is these are kind of batteries, right? It is confusing. I find it confusing. Let's put it that way. Because they start talking about, well, let's see once it's built. There we go. These have a kilojoule storage. And these have a dual storage. Why does it not say it there? Oh, 1000 watts. Well, it says watts. Why did I... I'm confused by my own confusion. Okay, yeah, they're basically 1000 kilojoule batteries. So for now, I just need one battery per circuit, like one of these per circuit, and it will juice it up just fine. And no dupe will ever need to power this again as long as I have coal. This is kind of a big ask. So these have all been disabled by me, so now we're going to turn them back on. Because we have batteries for them to power into. What's wrong with you? No power. Alright, because that's not built. Can I not just connect? Why does it have to be rebuilt? Heavy won't wire. Look, I have to snip, disconnect, harvest. There's no reconnect, eh? Yeah, okay, fine. Let's do the unnecessary work of doubling that up. And so what I mean, so this battery is now full. It's at full 20 kilojoules, but these guys, they're at less than 20 kilojoules. Can we get it done, please? Thank you. So now, this is getting juiced up. There's the J. Right, it's only 200 joules. It's a tiny battery. Now it should go up to 1000, and I think it will. So right now, power is just flowing directly through from this into the batteries. So I suspect once these batteries are full, it will start putting in here. So again, because I don't want a constant draw, we want another smart battery up here to shut this off. Yeah, so actually I don't need you here anymore. I don't think I have enough material for a smart battery. I do not. So that was an oversight. You're not giving me copper, which is really too important, so I don't care. I don't really care, but sure. Yeah, I've got 3 people who can do ranching. I don't really need more. But I guess we're doing it because we can. Sure. You really should be a farmer, but whatever. Okay. Oh, now I'm out of coffee. So, the other thing we need the power plant for is our next stage in research is going to require a lot of power. We really don't have much of anything. Give me 20 of that, which we don't have. And now we can connect this back up like I was suggesting earlier. And it'll just automatically pipe in. Okay. Yeah, we're good, we're good. And with the automation wire, because it's right beside, you know, it's a really short run. If I really wanted to conserve, I would just cut it across. But these wires, they only cost 5 kilos each. Do I really want to save 10 kilo wire? No. My minimum production is 50, it's fine. Notice here, you can build diagonally, right? So this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to build this so that I don't suck in all that hydrogen and chlorine. It's not a big deal, it's just something I don't want to have to deal with. Now, I could just deconstruct all these manual generators, give myself some space. But history has taught me I'm gonna need them. At some point we're gonna do a city, right? And we're just not gonna have enough power production. And at that point, we're gonna need the manual power generation. I want all of these guys at a 9. I want to make sure they are always fully stocked. And these are going to be my cold storage boxes. So, coal. There, you're going to be a 9. I'm going to copy settings. I'm going to put you all here. So no matter where it gets coal put, no matter where coal gets put elsewhere, it's prioritized to here. So there may be coal in some of these other things. It's now going to be taken out and moved. Now what do you have? You want to probably set the sandstone, I'm guessing. Sand and sandstone. That better be... Yeah, that is how much we have in there. Jesus. I was like, that better not be how much we have in the colony. And if we take a quick look at how much we have... These, we still have 113 ton of that and 299 ton of that. Okay. So that's fine. We're just going to copy the settings straight off. And for you, we're going to copy these settings. Perfect. And we're going to move these eggs just to make it a little less cramped. Because now they're cramped and crowded. So cramped kills the reproduction rate, but crowded reduces happiness, and happiness reduces metabolism. But because they're groomed and tame, happiness is pretty good. So yeah. Oh, tame reduces happiness. Huh. Okay, well, crowded is bad. Is there another egg in there? There is. Let's just get these done, yeah? You know, crowded, but we're not cramped. That's so weird. I could have sworn it was the other way around earlier. Buddy! What? They're fine. They don't, like... They will be good for fibre, but in order to produce fibre, they have to be in a particular... yeah, they have to be in a hydrogen atmosphere. Which I could not be arsed dealing with. So what I'm going to do, I'm afraid, is put some meat on the menu. Alright. Yeah. The smart battery is hooked up with automation, but not with power. Good job, Brian. Good job. Where's this yellow alert? Oh. So we're currently wasting a lot of power because there we go. Now once that's full, that'll shut off. And that dupe is manning a generator because the smart battery was at less than half. So later on, when we have way more refined metal, and we want to, so these circuits right now can only support up to 1,000 watts, and that is not enough. We need 2K, and that's, you use those cables are made out of refined metal, which we can't afford right at this moment. Have duplicates planting any seeds? Yeah, okay. So when we do that, you just need to build a second one of these. You put them right beside each other. They feed into the same circuit, and boom, you've got 2,000 watts of power straight up. All right. So to sum up, what we got done today, so I'm going to wrap up here, is we got a power station built. Right? It's not acting as a power station because this is not enabled because I can't afford the refined metal, but it's built. It's ready to go. We got all our piping done for our toilets, and we got a second hatch stable set up. So that was a very productive session, I think. We still haven't got that polluted water reservoir built, but that's because the need for power kind of preempted the whole thing. And as you can see here, as I mentioned, like even if we cut this pipe, this would keep pumping until it emptied, because it's got its own built-in water pressure or whatever. Basically, just think of the white outlets. They pull water. That's just the best way to envision how they work. I am not a programmer, I'm not a modder. I haven't dug into the program. I don't know if that's how they actually work, but in practice, it seems to be how they work. Anywho, I'm going to wrap this up here for today. Please like and subscribe and click the old bell if you'd like to see more of this. I'd also love to hear from you. There are, tens of people watching, apparently. So I'd love to hear from you on what direction you'd like to see the colony go. If I've done something terribly bad, I'm open to criticism. If I've done something sub-optimally, not as optimally as I could, I don't care, so I'm not going to care about that kind of comment. But something where, hey Brian, you made a legitimately bad mistake that hurts your dupes, tell me about it. I'm just going to move this bed. That's assigned to Camille. And then I am going to end it for today. Alright folks, goodbye.